just come get this for my home. It's like way cheaper.
Is it just like way like too small?
Yeah, well, I can't get it past right here.
Sure I wanna pace it, cause it only does this with you. Our bodies meet, I can feel the tension. Move us into the next dimension. Let's just let our bodies be true.
Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. Luke is actually with me today because we are going thrift shopping and Kyle is not a huge fan of going in thrift stores. But when we were up in Montana, actually the younger boys and I went to a little local thrift shop, and it just inspired me to check out like local thrift shops versus just Goodwill, because I feel like that's kind of what you always really go to. But the one that we saw in Montana, it was so cute, and we found like a ton of hats and just a ton of fun things. So right now we are, I'm not sure, I'll have to look up what this one's called, but we're just going to like different thrift shops kind of in the valley. We will go to some Goodwills, but our plan is to hit up a few different ones and just see kind of what we can find. We're not really looking for like anything super specific, but hopefully we'll have some good finds.
We've been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up our love friends, fill up the car till it bends because we wanna.
Okay, so like I said, this was the first thrift store of the day that we went to, and I had never been to this one before, but I loved it so much. Like, it was definitely my favorite one that we went to. And one of the things that I loved about it is that I felt like it was very curated. Like, a lot of times when you go through thrift stores, you really have to kind of pick and choose, and you kind of have to weed through a lot of things. A lot of items aren't great quality, or, you know, they're a little bit questionable. And there are definitely some diamonds in the rough, but I feel like this one was definitely like they had picked all the good things and that's what they were sharing. Now, I also would say that some of the prices were kind of reflecting that as well. They weren't like, you know, expensive or anything, especially compared to how, you know, a lot of thrift stores have kind of gone up in price, or at least that's how I felt. But I found them to be a little bit more on the higher end. But I did also feel like their items were a lot nicer quality overall and more justified in their pricing. And overall, I just felt like this thrift store was really neat. It was more of like a boutique kind of, but a used boutique. And it was just like so nice and peaceful to walk through. It wasn't chaotic in there. It wasn't overwhelming. It was just very curated and I loved it. Alright, so we just got to the next thrift store, which is just a Goodwill, but I wanted to say that first one we went to is so cute. It's called Rusty's Resale Boutique. I guess all the volunteers there, or all the workers there, are just completely volunteer, and 100% of the proceeds go to basically like create homes for senior dogs. She said it's kind of like a senior dog nursing home, so it was just really cool. And it's like, she said it changes over like every Wednesday. They're open like Wednesday through Saturday. It was just a really cute place. I'm definitely going to be going back there whenever I go thrifting, but we'll go inside Goodwill and kind of see what they have next. This was so much fun going with Luke, and it never failed. Every single time we walked into one of the thrift stores, Luke was always wanting to look at the shoes and check them out. And then I always stopped to check out any of the sports clothing that they have for the boys' teams. Currently, Kyle and I are still Packers fans, but Luke is a Chiefs fan, Liam is a Cardinals fan, and Noah is a Steelers fan. Now that one was too small for Noah, so we ended up passing on it, but there was just a ton to look through. All right, one of my favorite things to check out at thrift stores are lamps because they are such great prices typically. And a lot of times you can find ones that are just good to go as they are. Or if you can find one with like a really nice shape that's good quality, a lot of times you just need to give it a coat of paint and it will look beautiful. And a lot of them can end up looking similar to ones that you would find at Target or different stores brand new, but for a fraction of the cost. Then I always find myself strolling down the furniture aisle to see if there's anything that I can flip. However, I do have some pieces in the garage still that I just haven't gotten around to flipping. So I have to be very mindful of that because I think it drives Kyle a little bit nuts to have so many things in the garage that I like haven't gotten to. And then I feel like I just end up kind of walking through the aisles randomly, but you have to take your time in a thrift store, or at least I do, and you can find some really cool things. Then I also always love to check out their like frames and painting sections, pictures and photos. A lot of times I'll just end up grabbing frames from thrift stores, but occasionally I do find a big picture or a print that's just stunning and I'll end up picking those up as well. And then now as I'm looking back, I'm kind of kicking myself wishing I'd gotten some of these dressers either just to flip or seeing even if like my sister or anybody needs these, because I feel like they just looked so cute and unique. And I think if you just gave them a little extra love, they would look so beautiful. All right, moving right along to the next Goodwill. This one is huge. I've been to this one before and they just had a ton of stuff. And I don't know about you guys, but do you ever go to thrift stores and it's like you don't really find anything and then later on you think back about things and you're like, I wonder if I should have gotten that. I totally am feeling like that about a few of the things at this thrift store. Like I'm seeing the things that I filmed and I'm like, man, that would have been a really great piece to add to an upcoming makeover or, you know, different things. But let me know if any of these are catching your eye. I think it's really fun to find things that not everybody else has. Like a lot of the things from Target, they're so beautiful and so fun to get. But when every other person has it, it's like not as fun and definitely not as unique and special. So that's definitely one of the reasons I love thrifting. And then of course the price is definitely a benefit. And speaking of Target, I actually ended up finding a few things that were from Target for like a fraction of the cost, which is always kind of fun when you can find things at a discount like that. So we ended up running out of time and I really wish that we had more time to check out a few of the other local thrift shops because other than that first one, we ended up only being able to make it to a few of the Goodwills. But if you live in the Phoenix area, let me know any of your favorite thrift shops. I would definitely love to check them out. And if you live in the North Phoenix area, I would definitely recommend checking out that Rusty's Boutique or Rusty's Thrift Shop. It is such a cool little store. I have been meaning to sit down with you guys for a while. It's been like several days since we went thrifting and I wanted to share a haul because I kind of showed you some things, but I don't think I showed you everything that I picked up. So I didn't get a ton of stuff. I definitely got like quality over quantity and I love the things that I picked up. The first thing I'll show you, these shoes. I got these from that first little boutique thrift store. I love that place and they change it up like every Wednesday, I think. So I'm gonna try to start going like once a week maybe just to see what they have, and I love like their whole mission. But these actually remind me of some that I got when Kyle and I were first dating. I think maybe I went with his mom or something and found some wedges like this and I just love them. But for $5 they are amazing and I'm definitely gonna wear these to church and dates and things like that. So random, but I got a little collar for our little kitten Ollie. It's just a camo one. It was only $1 and I just didn't want to get much for him because he is growing so fast. Very soon we're gonna have to get him an adult collar, so I didn't want to go and spend like $10 because collars are surprisingly expensive for what they are. Okay, this one I got for $5. I don't know what it is about it, but I just like love this. So you can hang it up on the wall, which I don't think I'm gonna do, but I thought I could actually style it just like on our shelves. I'm always changing up the styling on our living room shelves. And it's just like this little bowl with a handle. I don't know, kind of weird. Like I debated back and forth on it, but I put it back and then I went and got it again. Then I put it back again, then I went and got it again. It just like kept calling my name. And every time I see it, there's something about it I just love. I think it'd be cute. Like you could even just like set it like that. I don't know, really fun. It just made me happy. This one I got from Goodwill. It was $7.50 and it's so pretty. Like I love anything copper. I just feel like it's so timeless. A lot of times when I find vases, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to paint that or, you know, do something to it to modernize it, change it up, whatever. This one, I just love how it is as it is. I don't know, some kind of metal. It's just so pretty. I love the shape of it, love the color, and it's very, very heavy duty. So this thing is gonna last for a very long time. Love it. These are the last two items that I picked up. I think they are so cool. They look like they're handmade, at the very least hand painted. I don't know, they look handmade. They're just like some pottery. This one was $8, this one was $10. So maybe on the higher side of like a thrift shop, but how cool. And they are so big. Like this one's probably close to 2 feet tall. I don't know, between 1.5 to 2 feet tall. It is such a good size, and I thought these are so cool. Like they kind of remind me of like Arizona. So pretty. And I don't know if you can tell, but like, oh yeah, you can. Up close, they actually have like these grooves in them. So just a lot of cool interest in these. You're definitely gonna see me styling these on the shelves. I don't think you would put any kind of like florals in them just because the tops are not super large, but that is everything that I got thrifting this time. I cannot wait to go back to that thrift store. I love that they change things up like every week. I think that's so cool. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out. I hope you enjoyed seeing what we got. Let me know in the comments, like, what is your favorite thing to get when you go thrifting, or do you not thrift? I love thrifting, but I definitely have to have some time allotted for it because I feel like thrifting's like you can't run in and run out. You'll find nothing. But if you go in and you just like take your time and look through things, like you can find some really, really cool pieces. So anyway, thanks so much for hanging out with us, and we will see you in the next one. Bye guys.